Hi all, I'm going to explain or rather go through these two examples on trigonometry in terms of finding the unknown length of a side of a right angle triangle. Now let's have a look at in this first example. The ones given in blue are the ones that we have, and everything else in other colors are my working. Now what we've been given is a 15 centimeters for the diagonal and 30 degrees as the angle, and you need to find the x value, the length of the opposite side of this triangle. Well, of course, you can treat the other angle as 60 degrees and work your way through. In that case, if it is the reference angle, the x is the adjacent side. So I have put that in green color so that I can differentiate nicely what formula I am using in terms of my reference angle. Here I'm going to stick into 30, hence I can write down it's all about opposite and hypotenuse. That's for sine. It's a SOHCAHTOA, sine for opposite on hypotenuse. I'm going to write down sine 30 is the ratio between opposite and hypotenuse. Opposite is x, which is the unknown length, obviously, and the hypotenuse in this case is 15 centimeters. So sine 30 is equal to x on 15. How to find x? Well, you can either use the CAS calculator or you multiply both sides by 15 to get rid of that 15, and you obtain the next step as x 15 sine 30. Well, of course, you need to use the calculator now to find the value of this one. If you punch this bit into the calculator, you will end up with 7.5. In fact, sine 30 is half. So half of 15 is 7.5. Moving into the next example where we have some decimal answers at the end. Here we've been given a right angle triangle, sort of like flipped version of that and rotated. And the reference angle is 15. The side is given, a side, and hypotenuse length has to be found. Now the unknown side here is hypotenuse. We still go through our normal process, just looking at what ratio we're going to use. Here it is adjacent and hypotenuse. So what rule I would use? In this case, it will be cosine adjacent with hypotenuse. So the cos theta, in this case cos 15, is equal to adjacent, which is 33, over hypotenuse, which is x, obviously to be found. Well, I encourage you to use the calculator from this time onward. You simply solve for x and you will yield the answer 34.16 centimeters. Obviously, you can swap the numerator on the left hand side of the equation with the denominator on the right hand side, which is x, to make the x subject. That's more like an algebraic way of finding x, as in exact form here. But we need the answer into 2 decimal places in our general maths course. Therefore, I encourage you to punch the whole equation into the calculator main. You can do the solve. I can show you that in a minute. Then obtaining the answer as 34.16. I have given all of these calculations here so that you can do this one algebraically, but I'm happy with if you find the answer straight away. Okay, let me pull the calculator out and show you how to solve this one using the CAS. Okay, I got my CAS over here. Make sure your settings are decimal, and here it's degrees, not radians or gradients. And I'm going to pull the keyboard up and then simply type solve. So I'm going to solve these equations. Cos 15 equals 33 on x. As it is, go to the trig, cos, and then in the brackets you type 15. In this case, I can just pull this one up a bit so that you can see 15. You can in fact put the degree sign here, but because the settings are in degrees, it doesn't matter. Now I close the bracket, type equals, and I need to type the fraction here, 33 on x. I'm going to use the big vinculum and then type 33 on x. You can use the arrow keys down and then press x. Now you can press 33 here. Let me to that, right? Okay, now you can press enter here. It will find the value of x, but I thoroughly encourage you to type a comma and an x. The reason is, in a question you won't maybe doing x, you probably be doing a y or finding a value for d, something like that. So in that case you need to tell the calculator, I'm looking for the value for d, not the x. Otherwise it gets confused and would not give you the proper answer. So let's execute. Let me pull that up a bit more, and here it is. The answer is 34.16. So we got the answer now. That's how you solve using the CAS calculator. I think that's pretty clear, and hope this helps. And if you need me to go through any other working or any challenging questions, please let me know. Happy to do a screencast and get back to you. Okay, thanks all. Good luck with your studies.